Oh, I just wanted to let you know that you can reach out to us anytime at support@socialexplorer.com. And that is monitored, I'd say 18 to 20 hours a day. We have staff in Europe and staff here in the States, and we get back to people right away. We pride ourselves on our customer service. So support@socialexplorer.com is a great place to start. I also want to say that this is an overview. If you want to go in more depth or you ever have any more questions, uh, you can reach out to me anytime at support at, and we can set up other training. We also do training for faculty if you have faculty that are interested. We also Zoom into classrooms and work with faculty and students. If you had students you wanted to train, you were going to do some type of project in your classroom, you can reach out to me and we can set that up as well. We love doing that. So, whatever you're interested in terms of training, please don't think of this as the one and only. This is just the beginning of our relationship. So, we look forward to working with you. So we're a 20-year-old company supporting academic, public, and K-12 libraries. We're used by more than 1,000 research libraries, public libraries, and school districts. Millions of students and researchers annually use our product. And for example, Hennepin County Public Library has been a customer of ours for a long time. And so they're very excited to be part of this offering now. But we are very well represented in both research, public, and school libraries. With over 1,000 universities and institutions that rely on us, we source our data from credit bureaus, government agencies, research partners, and we develop some proprietary data tools as well. We were originally built for demography and research programs in colleges. It was built by a sociology instructor out of City University of New York 20 years ago. And, as we become a standalone private company, we've moved into other areas as well. We do a lot of work for companies like AARP. They have a livability index. We do all the data uh, for that livability index, just as an example of things we do outside of what I'm showing you here today. Our software provides you with powerful data solutions to better understand disciplines, communities, your patrons, and the world around them. Our powerful database includes current demographic, environmental, health, and housing data. So we have interactive demographic maps, and I'm going to show you all of this, tabular data for statistical analysis. So all the data within the system can be ported out and pulled into other programs if you wish. You could pull it into Esri, you could pull it into Stata. You can develop stories using our tools. We have historical census data going all the way back to 1790. We update our data sets twice a year. And we work with customers to obtain other data sets. So if you had data sets that you'd like us to add to this, we can work with you to do that. So on the academic side, the product works great in sociology, social work, political science, history, especially with census data going back to 1790. If you are an instructor of American history, it's a great tool for you. We're used in most urban planning departments throughout the country, geography, public health, marketing, entrepreneurship, environmental science. So key disciplines, student coursework in sociology, data literacy instruction, research projects that need real demographic data. We're also, people use us in GIS courses. U.S. history courses, public health courses. For public library use, it's a great tool for community research. The city of Arlington, Virginia uses us with their small business administration program. People come in, use Social Explorer as a way to write grants, to write small business market analysis reports. And also, public libraries use it for their own outreach. You can, say, for example, take a look at the demographics of your patron area and then get an understanding of what type of outreach you need to develop for the libraries within your the branches within your library system. And for the community, local governments use us for planning, economic development research, and public health and community needs assessment. And also for rural libraries, what's nice is with our relationship now, the tools are available to everyone in the state, so available to all rural libraries at a very reasonable price. So we can help support local planning and economic development. So it's a nice equal access tool, regardless of the institution size or the community size. So why don't I walk you through the program? And again, as we go through it, if you have questions, ask them. This is informal as far as I'm concerned, so please reach out anytime. So when you log in to Social Explorer, this is what you're going to see. So when you log in, you come to the home screen, and there's a few things that you can do from this home screen. Here, you can just open a map from Create New, or you can click on Open the Map and start working from here. Also, you can build a report, which is the data that's within the system, and port that out from here. You can build stories, and I'll show you what those are in a moment. Also from here, you can save your projects. So these are projects that I've built over the last few months. So for example, I have a story here that I built regarding Minnesota, looking at population density. I'm not going to spend time on this right this second, but that's a story that I built. You can also get access to our demographic profiles from here. This is a tool where you can go in and select a place. I selected St. Paul Park City, Minnesota. And from here, it gives me information detailed about that area that I listed. So if I go back, I can pick, let's see if there's, I go Minneapolis. Give me 1 second here. Here I have Minneapolis, a little less than 500,000 people, 54 square miles. It gives me information about median age, sex, race, and ethnicity, foreign born. It goes into education, economics, household. So this is a tool. This is a tool that we use to just get a quick understanding of a community, and it works at any geography level. So if I go back home, from here, if I go to data library, you can see all of the data sets that we have in the system. They're all listed here. You can also see everything that we keep adding new. We've been updating significantly over the last 2 months. We have a new Social Explorer crime index that we've built. Crime data is very difficult to obtain because it's self-reported. And what we've done is worked with collecting data at the city level, the crime data across close to 60 different cities. And we've also worked with the FBI, UCR, NIMERS data to be able to pull in other crime sources. And we've put together our own crime index that can be used in courses like sociology, criminal justice, political science. We've also we've added this new CDC data set. So this shows you all the data sets that we have listed in the system. You can also search them by source or by subject. And then there are other filters to sort for data as well. And so if I go home and I open a map, this is what I see when I first log in to Social Explorer. It is a map, a population density map of the United States. And that's sort of our canvas that we use to start. Here I can show you a few things that the tool can do before I dig into looking at other data sets in Minnesota. So from here, I can change the data. This shows me all the years that I have data sets for. The most up-to-date American Community Survey data set is 2024. At the end of this year, at the end of 2026, 2025 will be released, and then we'll update it, and that will be, by the end of the year, the most up-to-date American Community Survey data set. So for 2024, these are the various data sets that we have that are available. Also from here, also, I can show you that right now we're looking at the state level for our geography level. Now I have it set to automatic, but so that as I zoom in, now I am looking at population density at the county level. Now I'm looking at population density at the census tract level for Madison. I can go here, I'll go back. Where are we here? There we go. I'll go into St. Paul. So now I'm at the county level in St. Paul. Now I'm at the census tract level for St. Paul, looking at population density. So I can go down to block group level. You have a lot of lakes, as we can see. I can go to the zip code level, the census place level. I can look at metropolitan statistical areas, congressional districts. I can go down to all those different geography levels and review the data set that I'm looking at. So why don't I go back That sort of gives you some idea of, how the geography levels work. Gives you a little bit of an idea of where you can find the data sets by year and by topic as well. One thing I can do is I can go in and I can mask data to make it a little bit easier for myself if I just wanted to look at a certain area. So if I click mask map data, click Minnesota, now all I'm going to see is Minnesota. And so from here, I can zoom in at the county level, state level, and so forth. But that's all I'm looking at is Minnesota. One of the things that's a good idea is to click this auto adjust button every now and then because it will create better cut points for the data that you're looking at. So make them a little bit more effective. So there, I just hit auto adjust, and now we're looking at clearly the population of Minnesota really seems to hang out here and in Rochester. Now I can go in and look at other types of things. So I can look at change over time. That's something that people are interested in on a regular basis. So from here, if I wanted to, I can look at change over time and population over the last 5 years just by clicking that button. I'm going to auto adjust it. And now here's my change over time. The darker blue means greater change over time. Red shows counties that are losing population. And again, these are just simple tools that we've built into the system for you to use, and you can use this with any variable. You can also customize it. It goes back to the 2010 census. So if we wanted to look at change over time over 10 years, let me make that, sorry about that. There we go. So now we're looking at change over time over 10 years. You can see where the growth is around the ring, around Minneapolis and St. Paul has tremendous growth compared to other parts of the state, Rochester as well. And you can see where populations are declining. So that's an example of how to use the masking tool and how to use the change over time tool. Now what we can do is let's look at a different variable. Let's change our variables. I can go in and click change data, 2024. I want to look at, let's say, income. I'm going to look at households that make more than $100,000 a year. And so now we can see 25% of the population, 31% of the population. But what you start to see are some patterns. And one of the patterns is that there is a ring around the capital area of counties where 50% or just about 50% or a little bit more than 50% of the population earns $100,000 a year or more. Now, if I wanted to, I could save this map. So it's important for you to create, and if for someone who's doing research, it's important to create an account when they first start. And I'll show you how to create an account in a second. But let's just save this map. So here, I'm going to save this map, 100K income in Minnesota. Now, what's interesting about this is I can share this with I can collaborate on this map that I just built with anyone else who has an account. I can embed this link into an LMS or into a report, and it'll be interactive in that. You don't even need an account to use it. You can interact with it without an account. I can send a link to this map to anyone once I save it. And again, the people I send this to will be able to interact with this map. So if you were building some type of report for your community, if you were in a public library, you could put this information into a report, into a website. And when you embed it in your website, it'll look beautiful. It'll look just like this. And you'll be able to zoom in, zoom out, change the geography levels. Here I'm looking at the block group level. And so you can build any type of map you wish, and you can share it with people. Also, if you wanted to, you could build a story about this map. But first, let me do a comparison. So I have this map, households making more than $100,000 a year. And so let's say I want to do a comparison. I can do a side by side map. So I said side by side. I have the same map on either side, but here I can change the data set on this side. Maybe I go to income and I go to, on this side, people making less than $40,000 a year. So now I have a comparison. I have households making more than $100,000 a year on the left, and on the right, households making less than $40,000 a year. And you start to see where those counties fall, and you get a comparison between the two. And if I wanted to, I could then create a story around this. So if I'm an instructor and I wish to, or if I'm a business person and I'm putting together a plan of some sort, a business plan, I can go and make a story about what I'm showing here and share it with others. So if I click this button here, I can start a story. And that takes you to this screen set. And here, I can edit the slide information, compare county that earn more than 100K with less than 40K. So I save that. I can also go in, if I was an instructor, I could put a description here. Please read this and answer these questions. So if I preview it, it'll look like this. I have the data that I wrote on the left. So if I was an instructor or if I was building a report, I wanted to say something about these two maps next to each other. I had an activity that I wanted students to do. I can now I can now save this and I can now embed this into my LMS or share it with others. And then maybe I want to add another slide to this. I can go in here on slide 2 and change this map to something else and this map to something else. And so I can tell a story using data and interactive maps using the tool. So I've showed you how we can mask data. If I wanted to look at something specific. Also, how we can change the data that we review. How we can do change over time with the different data sets. How we can change the geography level of what we're looking at. And how we can build stories. And also talked a little bit about how auto adjust is a nice feature to really make the cut points a little clearer and make the maps a little bit clearer. Also, with all of our data sets, all of our maps, they can be cited and put into any project. And all we ask is that you go here under more information, click citation. And here there's the Chicago Manual of Style citation. There's MLA and there's APA. And all we ask is that you cite us. And the data does not need to be, no permission is needed. You just need to cite us when you use the tool. Also from here, it takes you to the data dictionary. So every data set that is in here has information about it at our data dictionary also. Because people want to know where the data is coming from. Let's see. We can also, let's see here. I'm going to go back here for 1 second. You also can annotate any map. So you can go in, you can put place markers down, you can put your own information in. You also can upload your own point data. So let's say you wanted to put information about hospitals in the Minnesota area, or if you wanted to put, here's even a better example, if you wanted to put um, information on your library branches, if you were Hennepin County Library and you wanted all your branches listed, you can add your own data. You can upload data. You can drop that here. So all you need are the points, latitude, longitude, street address, and it will drop those points. You also have the ability to label them all and give them all different colors. So you can put your own point data into any map as well. And that is all done here at the map layer piece, where you can upload data. Also, if I wanted to, from the map, I can create a report. So here I'm looking at population density by county. I can go in and say, create a report. I can then click on the counties I'm interested in. And then hit create. And it will build a report based on what I click. So you can build data reports directly from the map you're looking at. Those are the counties. We're looking at total population. And then you can download them as Excel, CSV. You can do it in, you can download for Stata, for other tools as well. You can also send this as a link. So you have the ability to port out all the data that's in the system. Also, if you go under report, you can use this tool as well as a way to port out the data. So if I went to the latest American Community Survey, I want county data. I'd like it for North Dakota. I want all counties in North Dakota. Then I can pick the table I'm interested in. We'll do sex by age, and then I create a report. So here I've now created a report for every county in North Dakota, male, female, by age. And then once again, I can pull this into any other data set. I mean, any other program that I want to pull it into. So it gives me the ability to easily port out the data sets within the system. I'll give you a quick example of our new crime index. So this is a crime index that we've developed, and we develop our own as well on a regular basis. Let's see here. So here I can change the data, but let's see here. This is the um, murder index that we've developed. And so if you zoom in, look at it by census tract. Let's go back to county. I'll look at county. So here I'm looking at county. I'm looking at the murder index, which is a great tool for uh, social problems courses, sociology courses, criminal justice courses. What we've created is an index. So the index is 0 to 200, 0 being none, 200 being the worst, 100 being average. And so here in Hennepin County, we have an index of 164, whereas in Wright County, it's a little under 100, it's 95. And so this is just a proprietary crime index that we've built. And here are the various crimes and property crimes, violent crimes, total crime, and then broken out by crime types. And I show you this because crime data is so difficult to obtain. And we've worked with criminal justice experts, we've worked with criminal justice faculty to build this index, which is unique. And no one else has it. And we feel like it's pretty important. So let's see here. We talked about how public libraries could use this to get an understanding of their patrons and what their demographic information is about their patrons. Not just for the main branch, but for satellites as well, as a way to decide what type of programming people might be interested in. Also, if you offer this to your patrons from a library, they can go in and look at business data. So here, there's these MPD files are consumer expenditures. Let's say consumer expenditures for food at home. And I auto adjust and I can see what people spend. And I can go down to block group level to see that as well. So there are a lot of tools here. I'm at the block group level and I can see what percentage people spend for food at home. If that's, if I wanted to put together a business, a home delivery business for food or something along those lines, there's a lot of tools here where people interested in building um, some type of business can use this as a tool to help them with their business plans. It's used in entrepreneur courses on a regular basis. And again, it's used by um, um, counties and towns. They offer it, and Small Business Administration offers it to their patrons as well to use as a tool. You can see income by different areas. You can see expenditures by different areas. So you have the tools to do that. For schools, for research libraries at institutions, and for um, high schools, we have built out these teach and learn modules that give people an understanding on how to build a story. So if I wanted to, I could go in and take a look at, here's one comparing crime rates and arrests. It just gives faculty an understanding of what you can build as a story. This is a story about violent and property crime, change over time. And this gives you an idea of what a story really looks like and how the tools can be used to build stories. And so here at Teach and Learn, you have about 150 different stories that have been built as examples of things that you can do with the tool. So here at home, you get access to the latest uh, data sets that we have. You have access to your projects that you've built. You have access from here to the site as well. Under My Projects, you have all the projects that you saved. You have access to the data library from here. teach and learn, and the demographic profiles. Also, we have created a LibGuide. So any library can go in, grab this LibGuide and integrate it into their LibGuides. But also from here, you can go and set up an account. So you search for your institution. University of Minnesota Duluth. Hit continue. Put in your email address, and then it'll verify you and you have access. So people can get access either through domain verification, through IP ranges, or through proxies. So there's three ways for people to gain access to it and create an account. And it's a good idea to create an account if you're going to save anything at all within the system. Let's see if there's anything else. So that's sort of a general overview of how the system works. You start at the population density map. You can change the data all these years, and all these variables are available. You can save whatever you create. You can do comparisons. You can share and collaborate. You can build stories around what you want to say. So with that, I think what I'll do is open it up and see if anybody has any questions. It'll give us a few minutes of questions. And anyone jump in if you have a question.
And I noticed there was one question in the chat. Is there help available in the system? And I know you did point out the LibGuides. Did you
Yes,
want to
but there's
mention?
also, let me go here. I'll find it. Give me 1 second. There's the Help Center. And from here, we have all types of videos and reports that can be read. You can go in by how to use the maps, how to use reports, knowledge base, all kinds of resources. So that's all here. So there is a big help section within the product. Any other questions? Let's see. There's one.
Do you see that question,
I
Jeff?
get LibGuides. How do I get to the? I was
Oh,
reading it.
that's
I was trying to. I
okay.
get it now. The under this question mark, it's right here, and it's with SpringShare, and it's in the SpringShare shared LibGuide. So if you wanted to, you can pull it in and give it your own um, treatment in terms of the LibGuide. You can suck it into your own LibGuides. Anyone can access, but only people with affiliated. Well, I'm not sure what the question means to create an account. So anybody involved with Minitex should be able to create an account. If there's an issue, maybe that institution hasn't signed up, maybe, but we have it set so that you can tunnel in through your Minitex and North Dakota proxies, and you should be able to save an account through those. It's been set up for that. Yes, anyone in the state can create an account. Perfect.
Jeff, this is
Yes.
Carla from Minitex. I have a question about
Sure.
creating the account. So if someone accesses Social Explorer via our statewide portal, elibrarymn.org,
Hmm.
which is set up via IP range authentication,
Yes.
are they able to create the account
Yes, they should
that
be.
way?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Just wanted to double check. Thank you.
No, yes. If for some reason that's an issue, please just send me a note. We'll get it fixed, but it should work. I only say it should because this engagement is unique. My expectation is from all the discussions I've had with everyone that that should work just fine.
I'll be setting up my account, so if I do run into any issues, I will contact you.
Perfect. Oh, that'd be great. Thank you. Well, thank you, everyone. Um, Again, if you have any issues, questions, you can reach out to me anytime. You can reach out to me at Jeff at Social Explorer, or you can use the support at Social Explorer, which goes to me and everyone. But just to know, Minitex is a very important client of ours now, and we're very excited to be working with you. And whatever you need, we're here to help.
Thanks so much, Jeff.
You're welcome.
And so everyone knows, I will be sending out another link to the evaluation and the recording via email. So thanks for attending, and everyone have a great day.
Thank you. Take care.
Thanks, Jeff. You too.
Thanks, everyone, for the kind words. It's appreciated.
Thanks again, Jeff. Have a good day.
You do the same. It was great. Really appreciate it.
I'll see you in August.
I'll see you in August.
Thanks.